Hi, I'm Larissa. I'm the Director of the First Nations Teacher Education Hub at Charles Darwin University. At the heart of the hub is educational leadership. It's about more First Nations teachers teaching our kids in schools. It's about building a model that others will look for and look to for inspiration and impact. It's about positioning CDU as a leader in First Nations teacher education. Central to the work that we do at the hub is really about culturally responsive teacher education programs. It's acknowledging that our students come to us with a wealth of knowledge, lived experience, professional experience, and richness of cultural diversity. What we do at CDU is build on those strengths and create programs that allow people to succeed. But we don't do this in isolation. At the hub, we're about connection, collaboration, and partnership with our key stakeholders, whether that be government, Aboriginal organisations, local communities, and our students. What's really exciting about the work that we do at the hub is the research that's happening at CDU to inform our practices. We're really fortunate at CDU to have First Nations researchers and non-First Nations researchers working in this space, building a research profile that supports what we're doing at the hub. Our priority for the hub is the impact we have at a local level. So what we're doing in 2025 is building the regional hubs. What does teacher education look like in your region in the Northern Territory? We're giving students more access to study on country and in their communities. For our educators, we're creating clear pathways for growth and building capacity. Our pathways include pre-education programs, micro-credentials, short courses, and bachelors in language and culture, teaching early childhood, primary school. Students studying at the hub study in a mixed mode learning space. They study online in their communities. They have access to ITAS tutoring support in their community or online. They come into regional hubs to study with the lecturer and the tutors. They come to Darwin, our main campus in Casuarina, for 1 week intensives. What we want the hub to be is a hub for everybody to come and study at, where you can stay in your community and still get access to quality education. The hub is important because we need more First Nations teachers teaching our students in the Northern Territory. Currently, we have a workforce where First Nations teachers are underrepresented, but we have a student cohort where First Nations students are 40% of that population. So the work that we do at the hub is super important for creating the next generation of teachers coming through, for student engagement, for positive role models, to support schools to become culturally responsive in partnership with the schools and the communities in which those schools sit. When I think about my own journey as an Aboriginal teacher, I think I have to go back to when I was a kid at school. There weren't any Aboriginal teachers in my school. I finished high school and went on to become a youth worker. Wasn't quite sure about where my journey was going to be, and someone said to me, "Why don't you become a teacher?" And it never crossed my mind to become a teacher at all, but I did it. I thought it's an opportunity for me to make a difference. It's an opportunity for me to be a role model. It was an opportunity for me to connect because I could see myself in a lot of the kids that I was working with as a youth worker who had disengaged from schools. So I saw teaching as a way to make a difference, a positive difference in someone's life. And I went on to become a teacher, and I loved teaching. I loved working with kids. It allowed me to work with families and community, to see the student as a whole being, as an individual, but an individual connected to that community and how the community influenced that individual. I then left teaching and I took a job lecturing at the university because I thought that would help make a difference by training up the next generation of teachers who were going to teach our Aboriginal kids. One of the reasons we built this hub is to make a sustainable model so that teacher education can focus on First Nations teacher development over a long period of time. We've had previous programs come and go, but what we need is a sustainable model, and that's what the First Nations Teacher Education Hub at Charles Darwin University is. I feel very proud and honoured to be the director of the First Nations Teacher Education Hub. I think as an Aboriginal person and as a teacher, to lead this transformative work, to lead these innovative initiatives, to think outside the box, to collaborate with community and mob and government to find solutions together, that will be the legacy of the hub.